Thank you, Jono. Well, it's been dubbed the silent killer, and it can take a life in an incredibly short amount of time. Every year, 14,000 people are diagnosed with bowel cancer, and one of those was Jodi Lee. Here's some of her story. It's 2008. Jodi and Nick Lee have been together for 12 years and were living a happy life with their 2 children in Vietnam.
We were living in Ho Chi Minh City, and it was a Thursday night, and I was away with my team in Hanoi, and she was complaining of some abdominal pain, and that was the first instance that we'd had any sort of warning that something was wrong.
Within 24 hours, Jodi was airlifted to Bangkok and Nick rushed to be at her side. She had surgery which successfully removed a tumour from her bowel. For a moment, it appeared she was in the clear, until Nick was given devastating news by her specialist.
And he said, unfortunately, it's stage 4 bowel cancer, and at best she's got 2 years to live.
The family moved back to Australia so Jodi could receive the best possible treatment, and the couple made the decision early to be open and upfront with their children about the future. In August 2009, they told their children that the cancer would eventually take her life.
You know, the lead up into that was awful, and I was thinking, you know, that I needed to be the strong one in that conversation. 2 or 3 words in, I couldn't talk anymore. And she took over, and we were all in floods of tears, and the kids burst into tears.
Only 4 months later, Jodi was back in hospital, and she said to Nick she wasn't sure that she would ever leave.
When you get that close, you do anything to have more time. And that's what I would, you know, just thinking, God, I've only got a really short amount of time left. And, you know, that time too is stolen from you for a large part because she is ill and has to sleep, and you can just see her disappearing from you, and that's tough.
A week before her 42nd birthday, Jodi Lee lost her battle with cancer. Coming up after the break on Studio 10, we speak with Nick, who has some advice on how to protect yourself and your family. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Studio 10. Welcome back to Studio 10. Now, before the break, we heard about Jodi Lee's battle with bowel cancer. Her husband, Nick, joins us now with advice that could save your life. Nick, welcome to Studio 10.
Sarah.
Thanks for being here with us. Tell us a little bit about Jodi. Did she have a family history of bowel cancer? Because she was only 42 when she passed away. Yeah,
no family history at all, and was fit and healthy, 39 years old. And the first indication we had was some abdominal pain. And we were living in Vietnam at the time. And following day, she went off to get some scans, had those scans done, and that night she was flown to Bangkok for emergency surgery and stage 4 bowel cancer. So we were told at that time that at best she had 2 years to live. So it just came completely out of the blue, and that's one of the issues.
No symptoms at all, though?
No symptoms prior to that, and that is one of the issues with bowel cancer, is often it doesn't throw up the symptoms and early warning signs that you might get with other diseases.
My brother died from bowel cancer, and he lost a lot of... He lost weight, actually, but it was put down for all other reasons. You know, he wasn't eating so much, he'd get taken up exercising, all those sorts of things. So I just wondered, there was no significant weight loss with Jodi?
No weight loss. I mean, we were living in Vietnam at the time, and she had a little bit of bloating, but, you know, that's obviously a common problem, and living in Vietnam, you kind of might put it down to diet. So really, that sharp abdominal pain was the first real indication that we had.
The statistics are frightening. Every 2 hours, bowel cancer claims a life. It's not there's not a lot of awareness about bowel cancer because it's often seen, misconceived as an old person's disease, especially with men. How important is it that we increase awareness?
Well, look, that's a huge challenge for us because it's the second biggest cancer killer. Australia has one of the highest incidences of bowel cancer in the world, yet it's up to 90% curable if you can catch it early. So there's every reason for us to be aware of this disease, but unfortunately there's a huge lack of awareness, and that's what we're hell-bent on changing.
Early detection is essential. How do you go about that?
Well, that is the key. You know, with a disease that is up to 90% curable, you want to detect early. And it's a very, very simple test. You can get it from your pharmacy or GP, or when you turn 50, the government sends you a kit, and far too many people are receiving those kits and not completing them. So it's such a simple test. You can do it in the privacy of your own home. And look, I've seen the other side, and I can tell you, it's just worth doing that simple test.
What sort of steps would you suggest people take, apart from the test, which of course is important, but what about diet? I mean, there is some connection between diet.
Yes, without doubt. Diet and lifestyle factors are important, and all the sorts of things that you can do generally are really important for bowel cancer as well. So not smoking, limiting alcohol content, eating well, lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, and exercising. So all those things are important to bowel cancer.
And not too much meat?
Yeah, the one that's actually quite specific to bowel cancer is the amount of well-cooked red meat, and that would explain why Australia has such a high incidence. We love barbecues, we love meat, and it's the cooking process at high temperatures that causes carcinogens that have been linked to bowel cancer.
You were so brave for being here, Nick, and only a couple of months after Jodi passed away, you set up the Jodi Lee Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, look, having been through what I'd been through, I was very passionate about ensuring that no one else had to go through that. And then coupled with the fact that it's such a high incidence, such a lack of awareness, and the fact that it's curable, I felt like we could make a difference. So the foundation was set up in August 2010, and it's all about early detection, all about education, and all about prevention. So all of our initiatives are centred around that, and I've been very proud of the impact that we've had. We've had lots of stories of people coming to us and saying, thank you for your messages, because if you hadn't got those through to us, we wouldn't have got screened, and this is what happened when we did get screened. So, you know, that's something I'm extremely proud of, and the work of the foundation is really making a difference, which is great.
And it must have been healing almost for you to channel your grief into something positive.
Without doubt. There's no doubt that it has helped me to feel like something good has come out of an awful situation. It's kind of an Australian thing as well, so it's without doubt it's helped me move forward.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for being here. Jodi, of course, will be incredibly proud. Let's look at that website, the jodileefoundation.org.au, if you want to find out more information. Thanks very much.
Thank you.